Canva. So many things I like to do with Canva, from thumbnails, animations, to whiteboards, and a whole lot more. A lot of things can be done with this tool here. So in this video is a collection of all my recent content about Canva. There's a lot of content here, so be sure to check out the description below for all the different timestamps for all the different videos. And if you do find this video helpful, be sure to like and also subscribe if you feel like it, and hope you enjoy this one. Take care. Hey everybody, hope you're having a good day. So when I started using Canva over a year ago, I must admit it was pretty intimidating for me. I was definitely a complete newbie, didn't know where to start, didn't know what to do, but I just knew that was a really good tool to use. So that's why I want to get into today, is talk about, the top 5 things I wish I would have known when I first started, because that would have helped me kind of build and create a lot more faster and easier. So that's what I'm getting into today, and let's just get right into it. Number 1, what to design and where to find it. So when I first joined Canva, I think this is one of the biggest challenges I had, was I knew what I wanted to do. I just didn't know where to find it, and I think I just kind of overcomplicated things. But really, the simple thing is, there's multiple ways to find what you wanted to design. So I knew I wanted to do YouTube videos. There's multiple ways of doing it. You could do it in the search bar here, type in YouTube video. So after I type in YouTube video, it'll take me different templates here. You use templates, you can do a blank video. So that's one way of doing it. The second way of doing it is there's a button here for create a design. You click on that, and it gives you all the different main subjects or main things you do within Canva. So within social media or video, let me do video here. You can do Facebook video, Instagram Reels. So video here, the 1080p. This is going to be your YouTube one there. So really, again, I overcomplicated things, but this is how you really just kind of find out the things you can do. I would also say, after you figure out what you do want to design, is the question of whether you want to use a template or not. So one of the things that did help me out was using a template in the beginning, because that did help me get familiar with the tool here. So once I did have a template open up, I could play around with the text boxes, take things out, move things around. This really helped me get familiar with the tool here. So that's the first thing. So the second thing is elements and text menu. So this is probably about 90% of the use that I get out of Canva, is just going through these two parts here. Within elements, you can pretty much search for anything visuals or graphics. So you look for a box, and it'll give you so many different types of boxes: graphics, frames, photos. So many different ideas. And you get really, sometimes you get specific with it too, like a yellow sign. It'll give you yellow signs. So that's a really good tool to use as far as this element here. Also within the elements menu here, this is where you could also generate or use AI image generator to create different pictures. You go in there, put in your prompt, and you'll get pictures back. So I definitely recommend getting used to this elements part right here, just because there's so much information and so many things you can get out of this right here. The second part is the text, because if you do use text, this is where you're going to want to go. You can either add it manually, add a text box, and you go to here. There's also template ones here. Use things like this. Just note, if you do want to alter or change around your text, you just go here, or just click on it. So many different fonts that you could use here. Seems like there's 1,000 different fonts that you could use. On top of that, you can change the size around. And then what I really like about the text is also the effects here. So if you have mine's highlighted now, I hit effects. You do things like outline. There's an outline. You do all these different cool little formats within your text here. So yeah, that's one part, or between elements and text. These are the two cool areas to use within Canva. The third part is layers and other views. So let's say that I wanted to have a graphic on top of my text here, and just lay it out how you want. If you want to put it in front, hit layer, bring forward, and move it forward. There is also a bigger layer menu here. So you could also do layer, show layers. And this is where you're going to show all the different elements or all the different properties on your project right now. So it's number 5. It's saying that's behind, but you can move it up so it stands out in front. You drag and drop it up to the front. So the higher it is the higher up, or the top position it does have. So if I move it back down, you see that number 5 goes behind this text here. The other part I want to talk about are these other views here. There's a scroll function to zoom in and zoom out, just in case you have a bigger project and or a lot of detail. You want to get a kind of like a zoomed out look to it. You do that. On top of these are different pages as well. You zoom in or have the thumbnails showing or not showing, so you can kind of see all the different projects or different pages you have within your project here. So that's nice as well. The fourth thing to know is probably one of the most important things is saving your project here. So let's say I had a project open here. Probably the first thing I want to do is just save the project. And so I'll just give it a name and that's it. What it's going to do, Canva has the ability to auto save your project. So you don't have to keep on hitting like Control S to save it. It just auto saves, which is a great feature. So make sure that you save your project. It'll auto save in Canva. So make sure you do that when you first open up a project or start a new one, and that you save it so it's able to give the name. If you don't give it a name, it's still going to save, but still for good practice, have a specific project name here. And then really the last thing that's good to know when you first start off with Canva is how do you export your project to whatever format that you want here. So let's just say that I have this here and I want to export it into like a PDF or some kind of format file. And let me do that right here. Hit share. There's gonna be download. And the thing is, there's gonna be so many different types of formats you can do. Image files, you can do a PDF if you want to. So let's just keep it default to the PNG or the image file right here. And then you can do either the current page you're on right here, or you do all the pages. Let's say I just want to do this current page right here, hit done, download. So that's how you get your project out to like a final finish format. It'll go right to my download folder there. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, these are the top 5 things I wish I would have known when I first got started with Canva. It would have helped me out so much more, but passing on this knowledge to you, and thank you for sticking with me to the end. I'll put some videos on the end screen, and also there's links to the template below. Feel free to drop a comment if you like this, and also if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them as well. Take care. Hey, what's up everyone? Hope you're doing well. So I was just recently on YouTube watching a few videos. One that caught my eye is from Think Media. Really great channel about content creation, and their video was about how to easily script YouTube videos to get more views. The person talking, his name is Ali. He's a really good YouTube creator, talking about how to build the channel and how to build really good solid content. And he talked about how to outline the perfect script for your video. So that's what I'm going to do here, and that's what you're seeing in Canva. I've been using Canva for a few years now, really like all the different functions in there. One of the most underrated is actually creating whiteboards, and so I'll kind of show you how to create a whiteboard on top of kind of the outline you're seeing here. So you could also screenshot this this whiteboard here to kind of get what the ideal script is or outline is for a YouTube video. So let's get right into it. All right, so let's get started. I am in Canva Pro right now. From here, there's a shortcut for whiteboards. I'm just gonna click on that. Once it loads up, you see a whole bunch of templates here. I'm actually going to be starting from scratch here, so we're going to just start from there. But first thing I want to do is just make sure that I save the project, give it a good name. All right, there's the name. From here, just kind of give it some style. So first thing I do, let's give it a text. So what this thing is, let's go right here, video outline, and let's make sure that it stays up here. Some size too. I'll keep this font how it is right now. I'll make big font though. So here is the title. One thing to note too, if you don't like these little dots behind there, you go to File, and then where is it? Here you go, Show Dot Grid, or don't show dot grid. I'm gonna keep it on for now. And then let's see, YouTube. Let's put just a little logo in there as well. See all these good ones. I'll just check the default one here, or the first one that I see. All right, now let's get through the actual workflow here as far as what it looks like. So now back to the elements menu, I see shapes. I'm just gonna click on one of those, and then I'm just gonna play around with it. And let's see, so I'm gonna change the color, like a gradient. How about this one here? And I put a text right into it, so I'll put idea. Okay, resize it a little bit. And so this will be kind of the first starting point here. And then there'll be kind of the workflow. You're gonna hit this arrow. This is the cool part right here. Hit this arrow. Let's put a border on it actually. Put a border here. Border weight. Just one small little border. And then arrow. Next part was title. I believe the next part was thumbnail. Now, one of the things as far as the YouTube video that we were just watching, where I was watching, it said that these are the most important parts of the YouTube video structure. I'm gonna put a little reminder for myself. So back to text. It said 80% of the content is based on this exclamation point, just as a reminder. Put it underneath here. It'd be nice to put a little bracket there, so I'll just do that. I'll type in bracket. Something a little bit more minimal. So I'll definitely take this, rotate it around. So you kind of see a workflow going already. And then let's kind of continue on. Thumbnail. Now this is the actual video. And from the video, it's kind of broken down into different sections here. I'm going to go down. And so one of the important parts was, I'll move this over. I'll call this 30 to 60. And then there's parts below it that were important. So within this initial 30 to 60 seconds, this is your hook. And also important with that too, I'll put another part. I'll put this over here. So you can kind of see how you can move things around, which is nice. So one other thing I could do here is add numbers here. So it's kind of like you understand what the flow is here. So I'm just going to do that. Numbers 1 to 10. Let's see what the size was. 50. Okay. I'll put this as the first thing. All right, so those are the four main parts. I would say underneath the video, I'm just going to keep it simple and just like letter them. So it's like A. There's actually a different part here. So let's do another web. After the initial 36 seconds, you do your B content. And then one more part of your video. That's any kind of the cool part is, there we go. I'll just be a position. I'll do center. Oh, middle. And I'll make sure they're all the same color too. Let's see. Yep, I could change the color. Perfect. And so a few other things I could do. Oh yeah, let's finish out this here. But in the end screen, there's a couple of points they mentioned are important. So one is your call to action. Another part, which they say not to do. So it's and S. That means no like, comment, or subscribe at the end screen. That's because it's part of here, which I'll kind of explain. But let me just change this so no to make sure that people understand. I understand not to do this. That's kind of danger. But yeah, so call to action here. It says instead of saying, like, comment, subscribe, it's actually what you're going to be doing is bringing attention and keeping interest within your videos or your ecosystem or your channel. So it's saying, here's other content you might find interesting. At least in my case, I'll be like, for this video in particular, like my call to action is check out the real video from Think Media that shows this. And so like that'll be my call to action at the end screen. And how I could also do that is I could add a comment here. Comment. Just put a note to myself. When you go to this one, view comment. There you go. I'll put a few more other comments in there too. Let's see where I can put it in. See, who am I? Why am I talking about this? Why do I have credibility on this subject? So yeah. And then that's kind of the basis of it, I think. So you kind of see general workflow here. YouTube video outline, you start here. What's the idea? Build a title and thumbnail, making sure you get the parts right, which is really important. So once you got your, these three parts here, build out your video. 30 to 60 seconds are really important in the first minute. Build out the main content, and the end screen is a call to action, and that's kind of the outline of what the what a good video script will be. So how do I go from here? What do I do from here? This is, let's just say this is the starting point here, just the outline. If I want to add notes to it, how I would do it is I'll show thumbnails here. You kind of see that this pops up. I'll just say duplicate page. This page 1, let's give it a note. I'll just call it main page. Add the second one. I'll put video idea for today. And so from here, what I could do is open back up the elements here, and there'll be something for, there it is, sticky notes. Let's just go with a standard yellow color sticky notes. And so what I'll do is I'll go underneath idea. What's my video idea for today? How to make, I can't write today. How to make a video. So I made a sticky note for the idea. What I could do here is click on the right-hand side, and the title will be how I made a video with Canva. And thumbnail, I can't do that, but like the video, I'll put, I can go down here. I can move this, and my hook will be, I'm going to show in under 10 minutes or less. And if you can see, kind of cut off here. What you can also do is just zoom out again, and you see the whole flow here. So you kind of see everything is outlined. There's a flow of like how you do things, idea, title, thumbnail, etc. So it's all outlined in that Think Media YouTube video. So definitely check that out. I think it's a really cool video resource to watch, especially when you want to know how to structure your videos. And on top of that, Canva's really good too. So I really love this, the tools to have within Canva to build this out. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. So today I'm going to be talking about Canva. A lot of cool features you can use within Canva. You can kind of create posters and cards, presentation, whiteboards, all that good stuff. But today I'm going to be talking about the video editing function. And one of the cool ways to kind of get started with video editing in Canva is creating a lo-fi music video. Really kind of basic things that you need to understand to put a really good video together, putting down the track, putting down a background, all that good stuff. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. So let's just get started. And here we are in Canva. This is the Pro version, just so you know. I'm gonna click on Create a Design. Right here, Video Landscape Mode. I'm gonna choose that one. So once everything loads up, I'm gonna give it a file name. So the first thing to do, I'm gonna put down audio, and then I'm gonna put down background, and then I'm gonna do some touch-ups from there. Go to audio, type in what I'm looking for here. I'm gonna just put in lo-fi, and you see you got a good mix of, I also filtered on free as well. So you got a good mix of music here. Let's listen to these real quick. So just to be simple, I'm gonna select these three at the top here. So the one thing you wanna do when you start dragging it down to the workspace here, make sure the cursor is all the way at the beginning. I'm gonna hit just chill, and it's gonna add it there. You can kind of see that it only takes the first 5 seconds, and that's because the top part is only 5 seconds. So what we need to do is extend this to the length of this one here. So it says it's 2 minutes and 2 seconds. So let's do that. Click here, duration 2:02. All right, so now this part here, this video part, will be 2 minutes long. Great. And now what you're gonna do, add another one, and let's add a second track here. I'm just put the cursor, the marker right there, and then hit Night Coffee Shop. It's right there, and again, same thing. And then this one is 2 minutes and 37 seconds, so I'm gonna change that. Well, obviously the end. And then the third one, let's pick a third song, Arctic Chill. All right, let's do that one here. Arctic Chill is 3 minutes and 32 seconds. Also change that. Perfect. So we got ourselves 3 different tracks here. Let me just zoom. Kind of see the 3 tracks here. Now what we want to do is add video to each one of these. So I'm going to go to Elements, and let's listen to the song real quick so you kind of get a good feel for what the background should be. Maybe I'll do nighttime and do video here. This one's a really cool one. So just drag and drop this one in there. It's going to go through the whole time. Let's get a feel for this song. This is a coffee shop. Well, maybe I'll just do a coffee shop. Videos, the cursor at the beginning, and then I'm gonna choose this one, drag it into here. This third one, Arctic Chill, so let's do winter time. Let's do this one right here, and then just drag it. So we got ourselves music and video now, which is great. Give you a kind of preview what it looks like. So the one thing I want to do is add transitions between each one of these here. So I'll go right over here, not add page, oops, right down here, add transition. There's going to give you a whole bunch of different transitions here. You kind of hover over each one and see what it looks like. I like this move and match. So we'll do that one. And then what you could also do is apply between all pages. There's only going to be 2 pages here. So we'll have a transition there on top of the same transition over here, that match and move, which is great. Another thing you can do, just kind of add a little more touch to it, is adding some titles. So let's go over here. Let me put a title or find a text there. So I do like this text box right here. I'll just gonna click on it right there. Definitely gonna do some editing here. Maybe get rid of this one. And then here, so I'm just gonna change the text. Let's resize it and change the font as well. So from here, you see this text box going throughout this whole music track right here. What I want to do is shorten it up, so I could either do it this way, actually one of two ways. I can kind of just drag and drop it, which I'll show you here, right here. So this is it. I'm just going to drag it, and it's going to tell you how long the duration of this text is. I'm going to drag it all the way down back to the beginning, and let's make it like a 10-second there, and then also hit animate, and let's just do typewriter. And that's what the beginning looks like. And let's also then copy this one, go to the second track. So I changed this one to 10 seconds. It's still kind of lost with the background here. So I'm gonna go to effects. I'm gonna put a background on it. And then the background is I don't wanna be super solid. So I'm gonna change the transparency to this here. So you kind of see a little bit come through, reposition it a little bit. And I'll take that one. Looks a little bit better there. See what it looks like here. So yeah, that's kind of a quick way of doing a lo-fi video. You could add a few more elements to it. One cool thing to do is like if you go to ChatGPT, you type in, I started typing and it gave me an idea here, reduce stress in daily life. It gave me all these cool ideas here. Really general, but it's really nice to see what you can do here. I'll take like one of these here, copy it, and then back to the front, like right here, I might want to add a text box there. I'll change around the font. So I added this blurb here. I'm going to change the color to white. Maybe add an effect here, kind of a glitchy one. I want to change around the font to something a little more relaxing. So I chose this one here. So 10-second video, I'll animate it as well. Let me just do a merge there and then slow intensity. Yeah, I'll do that one for each one of these videos. So let me work on that right now. All right, so I just finished up the text there. So I made an 8-minute video in about 10 minutes there. This could be done over and over again. It could be an hour-long video, half hour, however long as you want, but it's really simple to just lay down the tracks, put some video behind it, put some text to add a little more context, a little more, some more tips and tricks and everything. So really easy way to understand video editing in Canva. It's a really cool tool to use. That's all it really takes to create a lo-fi music video in Canva using the video editing function. Really easy, but really cool video you get out of it. I'm going to link this final product here at the end of this video at the end screen. So be sure to check it out. Thank you so much for sticking to the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. It's almost vlog season. Well, it's almost summertime, and summertime is a great time to start vlogging, especially if you're traveling or out and about. So in this video here, I'll be using Canva to put together a simple vlog of one of my past trips. Really cool thing to do within Canva, and there's a lot of different features like these to start using when putting a vlog together. So let's get right into it. Here we are in Canva. So what I'm going to do first is actually go to create a design, and again, I do have the Canva Pro version here, and then I'm going to start with a blank template or a blank sheet here. So I'm going to go video landscape. Click on that one here. I already have all my video files set and everything, so they all ready to go for this little vlog that I have going on. And so from here, I'll just click on here. On this sheet here, I'm going to go upload my first video, just drag and drop it over here.
Good morning.
There you go. But I'm actually going to be muting this clip and then putting music and my voice over on it. So I'm just going to click on it here and then hit this volume button and just put it to 0 or just mute. So it's quiet now, so there won't be any sound at all. What I'm going to do here is set video as background. I'm going to trim this a little bit too, but right now I'm just going to leave it as is. So what I'm going to do from here is add my voiceover, and how I'm going to do that is go to uploads, record yourself, and then these are all my defaults here right now. I'm going to, the camera's going to be on, but also the microphone. And what I'm going to do is just extract the audio away from the video, if that makes sense. So I'm just do the quick little voice right here of the introduction. Hey everyone, check out my last day in Saigon, Vietnam on my recent vacation. It was a lot of fun. quick little trip. I enjoyed what I did here, so check this one out. Enjoy. So I just finished my clip there, hit save and exit. So that little voiceover video is going to be show up over here in your upload section here under videos. It's this dark screen right here just because I had my camera off at the time. And so what I'm going to do from here, what I'm going to do is right click on it and then extract audio. And then what you're going to get right here is this little purple file right here. That's where my audio file is. So from here, I'm just going to hit delete. That's going to remove the video file there. And then from over here, I think this is where I finally got my right audio. So let me check that out real quick.
Hey everyone, check out my last.
All right, that's what it sounds like. Well, let me just click on here, actually here, and hit S to split it. I'm gonna remove this one. I don't need this one here now, so that's nice. I can also remove this one. Delete video, delete frame. So now all I have is the video file, my original video file that I want, on top of the voiceover here. So I just want to sync it to the right area here. So actually just see how it looks. I'm gonna move this audio over here a little bit. Let's see how it looks.
Hey everyone, check out my last day in Saigon view.
So I don't know if I like the timing. I'm gonna drag and drop it around a little bit until I find the one that I like there.
Hey everyone, check out my last day in.
Definitely like that one a lot more. So I'm gonna do some rearranging right now here with the layout here. Like this part here, swing it over here. Top of the audio as well. Make sure everything is good here.
Hey everyone, check out my.
All right, from here, I'm gonna delete this one. Cool, and we got our introduction here. And from this introduction one, I'm gonna also add some text to show where I'm at. So I'm gonna hit a text box and type in the location here. So put in my text box. I also want to put a little overlay in it so you can see where this location is. So I'm gonna go to elements, location text, and you get one of these graphics here. I'm going to hit this one here, and you can adjust the color of this. So I'll make it a little bit more deeper red. All right, so I got my red color there for the background, and then I want to change my text color to white as well so you can see a little bit better. And I'm going to group these together. So I'm going to hit the graphic first and then the text and hit group. Just do one of these here, and I'm put a nice little animation to it as well. So do a pop on both. How about that one there? So now this is what it looks like. All right, cool. So now we got our first intro page there. And then from here, I'm gonna do my second part. Just drag another video up.
Good morning.
Right click, set video as background here. All right, so there was a little bit of a pause there. I'm gonna just go back to the part where it was not talking, just kind of cut that part out. This page, delete. So I got the clip to where I want it to be for the second one part here. What I want to do is add captions. I do not want to kind of manually add the captions. I want it auto-generated. So what I'm going to do, click on the clip and then go over to text. And then from here, there's a captions part, dynamic text here. So I'm going to do that. And then see which part do you want? I want part 2, which is right here. So that's this clip right here. And then hit generate captions. It's going to do its thing real quick, and it might take a minute or two. So let's give it some time. So that actually took about 10 seconds to do, which was really fast. And let's see how it looks like right here. And I could edit this around as far as like the location and the text and the size and the fonts even. So let's just keep it as is and let's see what it looks like.
Morning, found myself in this really cool park. A lot of people out 6 in the morning.
Yeah, I like it so far. Let's move on to the next part here. Third page is going to add this one into here. Right click on again, set video as background. And I'm going to cut this one up into 2 clips just because there's a lot of content here, and then we'll move on to the next part. All right, so I did some splitting up of files here, which is nice. Now, after this scene here, I'm at another page and talk about, just do some short clips about things that I did after this one here. So next video, let's drag it up again. Oh, let's get 2 of them, delete, there we go, even better. I'm going to actually mute this as well. After that, the next page, drag out the next file. So I'm actually gonna leave the audio on there for this one, but I'm gonna again set it as the background. I'll add some text later to it after the put all the video files out there. So I'm gonna keep on doing this for the next few videos, just putting the file out there, the clip out there, and then I'll get back to the next part. All right, so I got all the video files laid down. What I'm gonna do here is add the text first, clip by clip, and go from there. So as far as adding text, each clip here, I'm just gonna go back to text, add a text box. This one, make it nice and big. Yeah, I'm gonna find a nice font here. I might actually put an effect on it, put a nice little border on this one, outline. I found a font that I wanted, the size and the effect. I'm just going to position it in the center and the middle. It's great. And then I'll also put a nice little animation on this one and make sure it's for both. Cool. And I'm just gonna shorten up as well. So I have everything set here. Let's see what it looks like. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is just replicate it for the rest of these clips here, and let's do that right now. All right, so I'm all done putting down the text. The next thing I'm gonna do is add transitions between each one. So there's a button down here between each one of the pages where it says add transitions, not the plus sign, but the one right below it. Hit that. I'm gonna pick one of these transitions that go to move between clip to clip here. Let's try the match and move here. I'm also gonna apply it to all the different clips. So this is the transition that'll be between each clip here. So apply between all pages. Transition applied, sweet. Now the next thing I have is over here where I start kind of like my workout, if you want to call it that. It's a silent right now, so I'm just add a little music to it on top of the next part as well. So let me look for a good sound clip that I can put right behind it. So I found one over here called We're the One. Let me just play it real quick so you get a quick idea what it sounds like. Yeah, really cool funky sound to it. I'm gonna play it with the workout clips and also with the breakfast clips. So let me just drag it over here. Where is it? There it is. And then I'm just gonna make sure, I'm gonna click right here, hit S to split it. And then the second part I do not need. So it's gonna be a quick clip. Let me see what it sounds like here. Yeah, really cool clip there. So next thing I'm going to do is, I think my video is pretty much all set. We're good here. Actually, let me do another auto-generated thing right here. So I'm gonna go over to text, do captions. Not all of these, uncheck everything, but then go to the last part and hit generate captions, let it do its thing. So the captions are all done. Let's see what it looks like here.
All right, Sunday afternoon now. I'm gonna take one last swim in this.
So I'll move down here so it's nice and positioned well. I'm gonna add one more page. Let's call it the end screen page here. So what I can do is go up to here, design, put in vlog. So I actually change it to the YouTube thumbnail here. I'm gonna use this one right here, this blue one, just click on it. And so I'm gonna change a few things around. So here, I'm just gonna delete that and then put in one of my own pictures here. So let me find that. So I found my own picture here. I'm just gonna click it onto here. And I'm also gonna change around the colors too. I'm not too much of a blue person, so I'm gonna just see if I could change it to a different kind of like shade of red here. So I changed it around to the color scheme that I wanted. I'm also gonna add another subscribe button here. So what you can do is go to elements, hit subscribe, right down there. And also add an animation to this. So kind of this little pop. So there we go. So this is what it looks like, the end screen. And we are good. So yeah, that's pretty much the vlog right there. Let me download it to make a final version here. So download it, hit share, download, MP4. You just want to make sure all pages. So that's page 1 to 10 there, done. And then hit download and it'll start going. So it's downloading right now. Once it's done, let me show you a sample of it. Hey everyone, check out my last day in Saigon, Vietnam on my recent vacation. It was a lot of fun, quick little trip, but I enjoyed what I did here, so check this one out. Enjoy.
Good morning. Found myself in this really cool park. A lot of people out 6 in the morning doing laps, aerobic classes, badminton, a lot of cool stuff here. Did a little workout, ate a lot yesterday, but yeah, let's get into it and enjoy the day.
So yeah, that's one of the ways to put together a video vlog within Canva. A lot of cool features you can do with the video editing within Canva. So thank you so much for checking out this video, sticking to the end. Be sure to like, and I'll also put some videos together at the end screen here, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. A couple years ago, I created a children's YouTube channel for the sole purpose of teaching my little ones in a fun and engaging way through video.
Elephant nuggets!
Most of that content was created with Canva, which is a great animation tool. So that's all I'll be doing today. One of the video topics I did in the past was about learning the alphabet from A to Z. So one of the things in Canva is having an automation tool to help create that video, which is what I'll show you how to do today. So let's get right into it. Here we are in Canva. So I do have the Pro version, and what I'm going to do to start this is to hit this video button right here. It's going to open that up, and I'm going to do video landscape. First, give it a nice file name here. All right, so after the file name, what I want to do is first give it a nice background. So I'm going to go to Elements, just do Cartoon Park, which is preloaded right here. Great. And then I'm going to use a graphic here. Use something really simple. I'm going to choose this one right here. And with this image, I'm just going to right click, set image as background. Perfect. That's what I want right here. And then what I want to do from here is add 2 text boxes to start the automation process. So hit text, add a text box. It's going to default to this one here, which I do like this text here, Canvas Sans, which is really nice. I'm just going to do the letter A and just open it up nice and big here. So that's the letter. And then add another text box right here. And this is a tiny little thing. I'm just going to adjust it. I resized it. I'm going to position it over down here. Move this one down here as well. So those are 2 texts that we're going to have here. And how am I going to get this to reiterate on the letter is on this the automation process I'm going to do right now. But first, I'm going to actually go to ChatGPT to help me out. So I put in this prompt right here, provide a list from A to Z. For each letter, provide a fun object in Excel table format. So I'm going to hit that. All right, so I got a nice list here. What I'm going to do is copy this and then open Excel. Here's Excel. So I'm just going to hit Control V to paste it. Make sure these words are nice and clean. So I'm going to do that right now. So I cleaned up my list here. What I'm going to do is going to save it as a CSV file. So I saved right here as alphabet list. Would make sure that's go to a CSV file, which is right here, and then hit save. So back in Canva here, I have these 2 text boxes right here, one with the letter and one with the word. The duration here is 5 seconds, so I'm going to cut that down maybe to 4 seconds. That's good for me right there. And now what I'm going to do is down here where it says bulk create, kind of hit it and down at the bottom. I'm gonna hit that right here, and then I'm gonna upload data, and this is gonna help feed the letters and words into this video here. So I'm gonna hit upload data. I'm gonna go to my list here, which this is the file here. I'm gonna hit open, and right here it's gonna see the 2 different fields, the letter, which is this one, and then the fun object, which is this one right here. So I'm gonna hit first on the letter, right click, and then connect data, go letter. And over here for word, I'm going to right click and hit connect data, and hit fun object, and we are good to go. And then here you hit continue. It's going to do all these right here, which is great. You can see how everything is linked. This is the cool part. And let's just hit generate all these designs. So within a few seconds, it's able to create all these different pages here, A through Z. So you don't want to take this as is. You just want to make sure and look everything looks good here. So let's start with the letter A. Just work our way through here. So you kind of see something like this. You want it to be on the same line. Just kind of have to re-edit it. No big deal. So I'm going to do that for all these letters here, and then take it to the next step. All right, so I went through each page here, repositioned the letters and also the words here. What I want to do is also make it visual as well. So each one of these pages, I'm going to add a picture to it of this word here, of each word. And so I'm going to do that right now. And how I'm going to do that, I'll show you. A, for example, is go to Elements and then type in airplane. I'll go into graphics and just choose one of these images here, and then just go right down through each page here. So I'm going to do that right now. All right, so I got the pictures loaded to each one of these pages here for each letter. The next cool thing I want to do is add a transition between each one of these here. So I'm going to do that right now. So right in between, like you go to a page that says add transition, click that. This one right here, maybe I'll do flow. And then what I can do here is apply to all pages. So this is what it's going to look like. Really cool. Yeah, so that's how you do it as far as getting the letters and pictures in there. So to make it look more polished up, I'm going to put a title page into here. So I'm going to hit on the letter A, right click, and then just put add page. Swing this over. There we go. Go hit park, background. All right, in the title page, I'm going to go use this one here. And then I'm at a text here. So I created 2 text boxes here. What I'm gonna do is just position it to make sure it's all centered. Centered, great. I'm gonna animate this top one here. Let's find a good one. Let's do shift, then alphabet. Let's do bounce. So I like that duration. What I'm gonna do here is kind of trim it down. I'm gonna do the old fashioned way, just drag and drop it till it gets to the, go over here and put it 3.5 seconds. So let's see what it looks like. Perfect. So let's add some voice to that. What I'm gonna do is go down to audio right here, click on audio, add an AI voice. And so I'm gonna type in the text. So let's do this. Let's learn the alphabet. And then let's choose one of these voices here. So I like this voice here. This is Lisa, so let's select this.
Let's learn the alphabet.
And hit generate. And it's gonna put it right here. So that's nice. It's the position that I want there. And let's see if I can reposition it here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to my original Excel file here, my CSV file. I'm gonna hit this and I'm gonna put this into here. All right, so what I did here, I copy and pasted the letters and the words of the whole alphabet here. And so what I also did was added a period after each letter and then an exclamation point after each word here. Hopefully that breaks it up, gives some good breaks here. And so what I'm gonna do from here is hit generate AI voice. I'm still gonna use Lisa here.
A, airplane.
Yeah, a little bit more cleaner here. Let's move this, and then I'm gonna have to kind of edit through each one of these, or kind of cut it up and split it up and make sure everything is timed well. So let me do that right now. All right, so I got everything cut up there. It wasn't actually too bad. It only took probably like less than 5 minutes to do. Just had, for one big file there, just I hit the letter S. So like, selecting the file, hit the letter S to split the file, and then just moved it and dragged it across so everything's lined up. And so it comes out to like the video like this right now.
C, coloring book.
Now what I want to do is also add some music as a background. So I'm gonna look for music right now. So I'm gonna go over to audio. So I've typed in children's music and I found this song right here called Lollipop Land. And let me give you a little sample. All right, so I like this music here. I'm gonna actually take this and just drag it down here. All right, so I laid the music track down. What I want to do is when you play this right now as is, this is how it's going to sound.
B, bubble.
The music's going to drown out the voice. So what I'm going to do is click on the music track, right click, hit volume, and it's 100 now. I'm going to probably, let's see if I do like 45 to see what happens here.
A, airplane.
So let me adjust it down even more, maybe down 18.
B, bubbles.
So I do like 18, it was a nice sound there. And then this is pretty much it here. What I'm gonna do towards the bottom. Oh, great, everything is split and it's all ready to go. But yeah, what I'm gonna do to import it is go hit share, download, and then it's gonna be MP4. And then what I'm gonna do is make sure that all the pages are selected here. So all pages, hit done, and it's gonna download. And here's the final product.
Let's learn the alphabet. A, airplane. B, bubbles. C, coloring book. D, dinosaur.
So hopefully you liked the sample of that video there. I'm gonna link the full video down below in the description. But yeah, that's the process to create a video, one of these automated type videos in Canva. Really cool, really simple to do, just gotta follow the steps. Really effective for helping your little ones, if whether you're a parent or a guardian, or even a teacher, to put a video like this together. So hopefully you like this one. Thank you for sticking to the end here. I'm gonna link some more Canva videos at the end screen, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. So I recently made this channel trailer to show what my YouTube videos are all about. Be sure to check it out if you haven't already. One of my friends asked me a question.
Hey Vince, with these 2 text effects, how did you make the words look like that?
These 2 text effects are actually created in Canva and really simple to do, but they look really good. And that's what I'm gonna show you in this video, so let's get right into it. So here we are in Canva. Let's start with the first text effect. I like to call it the video text. There's probably another name for it, but that's what I like to call it. So I'm gonna go with a create a design, and I'm just gonna use video landscape here. First, give it a nice file name here. So we set the file name. The first thing we want to do is lay down a box here, a background box. So what we're going to do is go to elements, and then down here, I'm just going to do shapes. There we go. Now it defaults to a gray box. I like to use the color black here. Change that to black. And then the trick here is leaving a little space on the edges for the white to come through here. So that's the thing to note here, is making sure there's a little border hanging out there, because that's part of the trick for later on. So I'm gonna leave a little trim here, a little white border. And then from here, so now the black box is set. This is kind of our background right here. Now I'm gonna do text. Just add a text box, hello world. And I'm gonna give it a font that's nice, big and bold. And there's a lot to choose from here. So let's go with maybe just this one, probably a little bit bigger, and then position it. Let's keep it right front and center and middle. And that's all we need to do right now for the first part. And I'm gonna download this one here. So I'm gonna hit share, download. Instead of MP4 video, I'm just gonna do PNG right here, transparent background, make sure that's set, and then hit download. It's completed there. So the next thing I'm gonna do is open up one of these, open another page right here, blank page right here, and go to elements, and let's just pick a cool background here. Go to videos, video down here. I'm gonna pick one that's nice and bright. So let me take a minute to look through these here. But I do like this one here. So I'm gonna click on that one, set it as the background. Now we're gonna bring our PNG file that we just downloaded, drag it up here. And what we want to do from here is we want to make sure that they have this BG remover selected. BG is this background. So we're going to hit that. It's going to do its thing. You see right there that they removed the background, which was that white part of the previous one over here, the white part here. And then we're just going to stretch it out. So I changed around the background to this snowy background here so you can see it a little bit better. But this is what it looks like when it's there. Hit play, and you kind of see the video moving in the background while the text stays the same. What you can do also do with the text here, if you click on it, you hit animate, and you can make it a certain kind of animation that comes into it. So there's a lot of cool ones here, but maybe I could do a pan. I'm actually gonna do spray paint, look really nice to me. You get that effect right there, and this is what it looks like. So this next text effect here, this is where the one where a person is running or moving, and then the text will follow. So I call it kind of the running man text. But here we go. How we're going to start it off is get a background first. So I'm going to go over to elements, search for one. Maybe I'll just do cartoon. So I'm just using this outdoor cartoon background right here. I'm going to click on it, set it as a background right there, so it's nice and set right there. So what I'm going to do first is go to text and then add a text box, and right here I'm just put some kind of text down, change around the color, maybe put an effect on it, just a nice little border, put an outline, change it to this, make it more kid-friendly font there. So I set the text to the size and the font that I want, and even the color. So the next thing I want to do is click on it, hit animate right there. There's something called typewriter right there, and it's going to do that type of effect, which is nice. And so that's what I want. There's something called speed. We're going to change around. We have to change around this later once we add the character. So let's go look for the character real quick. So I put down cartoon runner here for a graphic. Then I also put down animated to give it a little more movement. Came with all these different ideas here. I think I might just choose one of these down here. How about this one? So I'm gonna go with this person here, resize it, have this person start at the left-hand side there, go animate, and this is where you can create an animation. So the box is live here, you just wanna drag it across, and you see there's a little purple line that's going across there, and have her finish. So you saw the movement's not exactly the cleanest here, so what we wanna do is change around this here. So we go back to animate for the text, slow down the speed. So we slow down the speed all the way. And then I'm also gonna move around this as well. So I think I got everything set here. It does take a little trial and error as far as adjusting the speeds, both for this animation, which you can do right here. On top of the text, you could change it around the speed as well. Go back to animate. Right here, the speed, you can change around the text to the speed. So once you do get it, this is what it looks like. So those are the two text effects you're able to do in Canva. Really simple to do, but they make your videos pop out even more. So thank you so much for sticking to the end here. I'm gonna leave a playlist for Canva at the end screen here, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. If you could tell from my channel name, I am a dad and a proud parent of a couple little guys. One of them actually is starting to learn his numbers right now and starting to dabble within math equations. He's having a little bit of a tough time, so I figured right now I take this chance to help him out by building a couple of math charts or tables within Canva. That's what you're looking at right here. Just some simple equations, really kind of get him started. And then what I really want to do is show you how easy and how simple it is, and how kind of like fast it is to build one of these charts. So if you do like it, I'm gonna have the templates available in both like a view only version and also an editable one. So if you do want like this content here and want more of these charts, just drop a comment, let me know, and I'll try to build some more out for you guys. But yeah, let's get right into it and hope you enjoy. All right, so here I am in Canva and I have the Pro version. So the first thing you do is to make sure that you know what kind of format you're doing. If you're not sure, the great place to do is to go with a search and just type in poster and see all the available options there. A lot of good templates out here, but what I do is, or I like to do, is just kind of create one from blank. And so this size will be a US poster one. So it's about 18 inch by 24 inch here. So it's able to really print out, if you do want to print it out, a really good poster size. If you want to just print out in a regular letter size paper, I'll also do that as well. So I'm going to give this one a name. So I gave it a name. So from here, I'm going to get a background first. What I like to use is a kind of a chalkboard, give it a real like school feel to it, and see what I have in photos. A lot of good options here. I do like the border here. I'm going to see, let's go with this one here. Let's rotate it. See how it looks. Well, actually, I'll set it as a background first. So kind of see here, like these are cut off. Not what I want. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to resize it to like this. And then if I zoom out a little bit, go like that. Create a copy. I just do Control C and V there. And rotate this one around. So we get a full wood border all throughout there. And I'll put the layer on top there, bring forward. And I'm also gonna lock it so it doesn't move around. So lock. Here's what I should have done with stretching the background, which I corrected in the template links below, but check it out. The next part here, let me zoom back in. I'm gonna add some font here. Let's add a text box, move it up here, and to find a nice font here, let me put in children 1. That sounds like a good one to me. It changes it right there, nice and centered. All right, so add a few math equations here. Let's also add another text box here. 1 + 1 equals. Let's find another font for this one here, because this is still on children 1. What I'm gonna do is gonna go out here, do another search. I'll put comic as in like Comic Sans. I won't use that one. I'll use something maybe like this. All right, so what I'm gonna do from here, I'm gonna bold this, make it a little bit bigger to stand out. And then I'm gonna start adding equations here. So what I'm gonna do here is just change all these equations up so they're in order. So you see all the different math problems here. All right, so I have all the math problems here. So you can see we have a good amount of white space here. I'm just gonna expand this out a little bit and make sure the position is good. So I'll make sure everything is left and then spaced evenly. So we get that, and I'll do the same thing here. I'll move this one a little bit over as well because we need some answers. All right, I'm gonna go back to elements. I'm gonna put maybe balloon numbers. 0, I'll put it over here. Do 1, 2. So I got my numbers all lined up here. What I'm seeing is that the fonts are actually a little too big, so I'm gonna adjust it down to make sure everything fits. So I got everything resized here, and now I'm just gonna position all these numbers here. All right, looks like we have some math problems right now, which looks great. And so we have some white space down here. I'm gonna just add a few graphics. Let's see what I can find here. Well, maybe this one here I like. Maybe some chalk. and maybe some children. I like this one here. All right, so we have close to a final product right now. As you can tell, there was some trial and error when it comes to sizing and positioning, the different text boxes and fonts and images. Those are kind of minor. You just want to make sure that, everything looks, in the right place. And those are just kind of, moving things around. But yeah, I think this chart looks good. It's definitely going to help my little ones. So if you do have little ones, please feel free to share this. I'll have links to the templates below. And really, thank you so much for sticking with me through this whole video here. I'm in a playlist and videos of other Canva products I've been working on. If you want me to blow this out to other, other numbers as well, drop a comment. I'll definitely look into that one here. But yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. So in today's video, I'm gonna be using Canva to make this poster here. With everything going on the West Coast, with the wildfires, I thought it'd be a really good idea to make a checklist to be prepared for if and when things do happen. At least in my area, wildfires and earthquakes are the things that are like most likely to happen when it comes to natural disasters. So if it does happen, I'll be prepared to have this checklist here. Instead of scrambling around trying to figure out what to do, I could look at this list and kind of go down the list and to kind of secure the property and get out and evacuate as fast as possible if and when these things do happen. That being said, I want to make sure this template and this file is also available to you for free. There's not going to be any email signups or anything. I'm just going to put 2 links down at the bottom here. One's going to be a viewable one, and the other one's going to be an editable template if you are a Canva user. If you cannot edit it, please drop a comment. It's really important for me, and if this stuff does help out, I could edit it for you. I could adjust it based on the things that happen in your area. So please just drop a comment. With that being said, let's just move on to the video and go from there. Let's do it. All right, so let's get started here in Canva. I'm gonna go over here to templates, and you kind of see this is where the LA fire relief is here. You can see all the different designs for the posters that they have. But what I'm gonna do is actually go to create a design, and then I'm just gonna look over here, poster 18 by 24, and this could also be printed out on regular letter paper here. Let's just use this right here. All right, so everything's all done right now. I'm really satisfied as far as like all the different tips and everything fit into the one page here. When you're limited with time, you just want to move as fast as possible. So it's kind of breaking down what to do. And so I have earthquakes and wildfires here, at least in my area. And this is kind of like the steps I would take if I had time. But if I did not have time, I would just do that first top section there. So yeah, thank you for sticking with me throughout this whole video here. Really, this is just to help you all out. I'm going to have templates available. And so it's going to be like the Canva version where if you can't edit it, it's a template. By all means, I'll edit it for like the things that happen in your area. There's also a viewable one too. And again, if you do not have the ability to update this, just shoot me a note or drop a message down in the comments and I'll get to it. I just really want to help you out there. So thank you so much, and be sure to check out my other videos. Have a good one. Hello everybody. So I am a big fan of Canva for a lot of different reasons. You can see here from all the different projects I have. But the reason number one why I like Canva so much is making thumbnails, which I'll show you right now. So right here is kind of like the home page once you log in. I do have the Canva Pro version here, so it gives you a lot of different functionality. But for thumbnails, you can either go right here, or I'm just going to type it in, or I already have it saved. And you can see there's a lot of different templates for thumbnails here that you can use. What I'm going to do is just start from scratch here, a blank one. Once it opens up, the first thing I really like to do is just making sure that I save it, 2025, and Happy New Year's, everybody. So really there's no right or wrong way to make a thumbnail. Well, actually there probably is, but I would say the right way to make a thumbnail is just the one that fits your unique style. So however you like to make it, whether it's very simple or a lot going on in a thumbnail, it's the one that really fits your style. So at least for today, I'll kind of keep it simple, show you kind of like, the basics as far as thumbnail. So from here, what I like to do is I'm going to make a person. So what I'm going to do is there's an AI image generator here. I'm going to put in a little description of a picture that I want. So this is the prompt that I put here. Just wanting a man reaching up for the sky, pointing upwards, and I'm going to hit generate image. Let's see what comes back. So this is the first set here. I'm actually looking for something else, but let's see. All right, so I got a good image here that I like. So the first thing I'm going to do once I get this picture, I just want the person and not the background. I'm going to hit edit, or actually there's the background mover right here, BG's background. And this is going to scan it real quick and just remove it. And so this will kind of be the basis for my thumbnail here. This is one of like the center point here. I don't want this white background, so what I'm going to do is in elements, I'm going to put maybe a dark blue gradient. I always like that background. I'm going to see all the different graphics that they have here. I like this one. I'm going to do right click, set image as background. You kind of see, I want to make this guy stand out a little bit more. I'm going to put a little outline around him, which is kind of like, the hot and trendy thing to do on some thumbnails. So I'm going to do that right now. Have it clicked, edit, and right here in shadows, you just put outline, and you see the little black outline showed there. We want to make it stand out, so I'm going to make it to white. And let's see if I need to adjust the size or anything. That's about a good 17 size. I'm just going to kind of play around with the layout here, how he looks, and just making sure that he's nice and centered. I hit position and then center. There you go. From here, let's see the other things I'm gonna put in my thumbnail. Let's do a Canva. And since this is a thumbnail video, Canva logo, graphics, perfect. So we have this here on top of, let's get a YouTube logo as well. Any good ones? Yeah, I'll just use this one here. And so what I'm going to do is just resize these down. I want to make also these logos stand out as well. I want to make sure they're also a good size. But in elements, I'll put maybe white blur. Let's see if that works out well. So it might be hard to see, but these are white blurs over here. Want something circular maybe. Yeah, perfect. So what I'm going to do, this is a white blur. Size it down, and so I'll move the Canva logo in front of it to layer, bring to front, and in order for these two to kind of stay together, I hit the highlight both. So I click on the Canva one, I click on the other one while holding down Shift and group it together. So now we have something like this, and then I'll do the same thing for the YouTube one. I believe it was this one, a circular, and I'll move this one to the front. I'll just straighten it out just for now. And so I'll group these together as well. I want to make sure these are both somewhat lined up. So position toward the middle. It kind of takes a little trial and error as far as seeing like what the right layout is, but I'm comfortable with this so far. And we just want to put a simple text on it, text box. And if you want to do, kind of a templated text box, there's a bunch over here, but I'm just going to do a simple one over here. Move it upwards. All right, perfect. So one thing I want to do is change the font color to white so it stands out a little bit more. Let's see if I can do an effect with this as well. So I want an outline, maybe a black border. So that's what's gonna look like. I'm gonna play around with some of the fonts here. I'll change it to Gogolin. See how that looks here. Close it up a little bit, and now we can resize it to be a bigger one. Get a little bit more room. There we go. Position it to the center. A thumbnail. To make it stand out a little bit more, the title at least, I'll put maybe fire emoji. I will group these two together. Group, and then also make sure the position is right into the center there. Yeah, so this is my simple thumbnail here, made with Canva. You can kind of see how quick it is and easy it is to build out thumbnails, whether you want something simple like this or another way. But let me show you real quick how to download it once you have a final product. So here you go to share, download. You want to make sure it's on PNG. It's going to give you little definitions for each one. So this is best for images. And I'm going to hit download. And it usually just downloads to my download folder and it'll be all set to go. So thank you so much. Enjoy. Hello, everyone. So if you're watching this, you're probably interested in creating images with AI. So what I'm going to be showing you today is in Canva has a really great tool about creating image or generating images with AI. So I'm going to take you through a few examples and show you what Canva is able to do. But first, within here, my website or within the Canva web page here, there's a little toggle right here that says make me an image. I'm going to click on that and I'm just going to put a little prompt in there. I'm going to first start out with like a background. I just wanted something like a simple background like this, but I'm going to just put in a prompt right now. So here's my prompt, a Hawaiian beach sunset on a nice summer evening. So I'm just going to hit create and see what comes out. After I hit create, give me 4 different pictures, realistic pictures here of the sunset here, and looks really nice. But this is kind of like the base is what you get, like more cartoonish. This one looks a little more realistic here. This is more cartoonish, but so you kind of see all the different examples that you get here. If you don't like these 4, then you kind of go back and just keep the prompt or change around the prompt you want. But you also hit create again to get a new set of images here. And so I resubmitted the same prompt again and got a different set of pictures. So you kind of see between these 8 here, the little minor differences between all these different pictures here. Some are more cartoony like these 2. Some are realistic like these ones at the end. But yeah, that's kind of one example of how to use get backgrounds with Canva AI generation. And next, I'm going to go into logo design. All right, so here's my prompt for a logo design. It says create a logo for a premium coffee shop. Use the colors green and white, and the coffee shop name is Wake Me Up. So I submitted the prompt twice. You can kind of see the different logos that I get here, but it's kind of fun. Some are a little bit more serious looking, I would say. Maybe like this, I don't know, this one or this one looks a little more serious looking. Some are more fun. I like the green background here. So like this one here, or this one's a little more classic looking. This one, it kind of like takes a little spin off like, a plant, but yeah, you kind of see the different logos that you get out of this as well. And the last example I want to get into is kind of creating a realistic image of an existing person. So I'm going to put a prompt about David Beckham. If you don't know who that is, he's a world famous soccer player or football player. And he's retired now, but let me see what kind of images we can get back for him. So this is the prompt that I used here. Create a picture of David Beckham celebrating, scoring a goal. So let's see what comes out of it. So I submitted the prompt twice and I got these different sets of pictures here. Some are a little bit more realistic than others. I would say there's one that, does have like his, he did play for a team called Real Madrid. Kind of has the same colors here. This one here kind of looks like a Manchester United one, kind of, somewhat similar. So there's, it is close, not exact, but close. But you kind of see like, some of the similarities between like a realistic David Beckham versus this one here. But yeah, this is a quick way of just using AI image generation in Canva. And this is the Dream Lab. And there's another way to also get pictures as well, which I'll kind of show you the shortcut here as well. So I'm just in a blank project right now. If I just want to get an image or something, I just go to Elements, and right down here, when you click on Elements, there's AI image generator, generate your own. And you can put anything like a cute puppy. And just go ahead and hit generate image, and you'll get a bunch of pictures about cute puppies. And there you go, folks. Enjoy. In a previous video, I talked about AI image generation, and now this one I'm going to talk about just images and editing them with the Magic Studio. What you're seeing here right now is just an AI generated picture of a cute puppy. Just want to show you different features within the Magic Studio here. So there's quite a few of them, but let me take you through it. So the first thing you do is when you have a picture here and you want to edit it around, you click on the picture, and there's this edit button here. And with it, when you hit the edit button, there's going to be this Magic Studio. It's going to take you all these different things here. So here's a background mover. So if I hit that, it's going to scan it and then remove the background, which kind of looks a little fuzzy here. But if you had like a different type of picture, it can remove the background there. So that's one feature. There's a Magic Eraser. You hit that, it'll take you through here. So in Magic Eraser, there's this brush size here. You do either a small brush where it kind of gives you just little fine detail, or you do a big brush size, and then you kind of go around the object, and then once you have everything selected that you wanted to brush away, to hit erase, and I'll remove that. So you kind of see a before and after there. Another feature is Magic Grab. So in Magic Grab, just grab that. And once the Magic Grab is applied, it just takes the puppy. So there's the background image, and you take it from here, but that's one way to use this tool as well. So another feature we have here in the Magic Studio is called Grab Text. And so I had to grab another picture or find another picture that had text on it. So you see this image here. I'm gonna hit Grab Text. It's doing this little thing right now. And to be able to detect these 3 lines of text here, let's go Alt Text, Grab. What it's gonna do, it's gonna kind of filter out or remove the text away from the image. And so that's what I get right here. If I move this, I could change this. Like, let's say I wanted keep this, but then I want to change this name to GELO. Maybe change this as well. So say hello, and then just remove this. It's part of the logo. Maybe I don't want it, and let's kind of put this back here. There you go. So that's one of the cool things about the Grab Text version there, or the Grab Text feature there. So the next feature is pretty cool. It's called Magic Edit here. I'm going to click on that. And then, so what I want to do right here, let's say I wanted to make him have a pointing finger up. So I'm going to do this brush size right here. So the brush is already set where I want the change to happen. The prompt is here. I'm hit generate. So you're going to see that it has fingers pointing there. So that's kind of one of the cool features of Magic Edit. It could have something like this, like I'll hit cancel and reset tool. See, there is no more there are no more finger pointing there. So that's one of the things about Magic Edit. The last feature in the Magic Studio here is something called Magic Expand. So the image is highlighted, hit Magic Expand. You could either crop it or do expand. I'm gonna do the whole page. What it's gonna do, it's gonna kind of fill out the rest of the image with the whole page here, but include new things in there. So let's see what it comes up with. Whole page, expand. So here's one variation of the image. So in the original one, it just had this soccer player here that almost looks like David Beckham, just raising his arms. But now there's a basketball hoop and something that looks like a basketball, I think. And then there's also expanded to kind of the background as well. You kind of see the different, this is another image here. Some guy, part of his body's there. It's kind of funny. We kind of see the differences here, what you do with Magic Expand. So Really cool feature to have with all these different features within Magic Studio. So there are a good handful of them to choose from. I would say the most like useful one for me is background remover, sometimes the eraser, and then also grab text I like to use as well if there is text on the image. But yeah, there you go. Some really cool editing features for images in Canva. Enjoy.